Whitney sang the national anthem at Super Bowl. What happened after left the world speechless, the unforgettable prelude to a legend. January 27, 1991. Tampa Stadium, Florida. The air crackled with an unusual tension, far beyond the typical pregame jitters of a Super Bowl. The world watched, not just for the clash between the Buffalo Bills and the New York Giants, but for a moment of national unity and solace amidst a global crisis. Operation Desert Storm was underway in the Persian Gulf, and American troops were engaged in a conflict that weighed heavily on the nation's heart. Patriotism was at an all-time high, tinged with anxiety, and the Super Bowl offered a brief, collective respite, a chance to rally together. Into this emotionally charged atmosphere stepped Whitney Houston, then just 27 years old, but already a global superstar. Her voice, a force of nature, had already delivered a string of chart-topping hits, establishing her as the voice of her generation. Yet, even for an artist of her caliber, the Super Bowl stage was different. It wasn't just a performance. It was a national communion, a moment where music transcended entertainment to become a balm for a wounded spirit. The decision to have Whitney perform the national anthem was a stroke of genius, a recognition of her unparalleled vocal prowess and her ability to connect with audiences on a deeply emotional level. But what unfolded that day was more than just a performance. It was an event that would redefine the standard for all future renditions of the Star-Spangled Banner and etch itself into the annals of American cultural history. As she walked onto the field, dressed in a white tracksuit, a picture of poised elegance and quiet strength, the stadium lights illuminated her, a solitary figure against the vast expanse of the field. The crowd, a sea of expectant faces, hushed. Millions more watched from their living rooms, their attention momentarily diverted from the war reports and political anxieties. The stage was set for something extraordinary, though few could have predicted the seismic impact it would have. The arrangement, crafted by Ricky Minor, was a masterclass in musical interpretation. It began with a slow, deliberate tempo, a reverent piano introduction that allowed Whitney to ease into the iconic melody. Her first notes, "Oh Say Can You See," were delivered with a breathtaking clarity and control, each syllable imbued with a profound sense of purpose. It wasn't just singing. It was an act of storytelling, a vocal tapestry woven with threads of hope, sorrow, and unwavering pride. What followed was a vocal display that defied description. Whitney didn't just sing the anthem, she inhabited it. She took Francis Scott Key's challenging melody, often a stumbling block for even seasoned vocalists, and transformed it into a soaring, gospel-infused masterpiece. Her voice, rich and resonant, navigated the complex intervals with effortless grace, building in power and intensity with each line. The famous high note "On the Land of the Free" wasn't just hit. It was launched, a powerful, sustained declaration that seemed to hang in the air, reverberating through the stadium and across the nation. It was a moment of pure, unadulterated vocal brilliance, a testament to her technical skill and her innate ability to convey raw emotion. But it wasn't just the technical perfection that captivated. It was the heart she poured into every note. Her eyes, often closed in concentration, conveyed a deep personal connection to the lyrics, a shared understanding of the nation's collective experience. She wasn't performing for applause. She was performing for a nation in need, offering a moment of shared humanity and resilience. The subtle vocal runs, the powerful crescendos, the delicate nuances, every element was meticulously placed, yet felt entirely spontaneous and heartfelt. The reaction was immediate and overwhelming. As the final, triumphant notes faded, a roar erupted from the crowd, a thunderous ovation that lasted for what felt like an eternity. Players on both teams, coaches, and spectators alike were visibly moved, some with tears in their eyes, others standing in stunned silence. It was a collective gasp of awe, a recognition that they had just witnessed something truly historic. On television, commentators struggled to find words, their voices tinged with reverence. In the days and weeks that followed, the performance became a cultural phenomenon. It wasn't just a highlight of the Super Bowl, it was the highlight. Radio stations began playing her rendition of the Star-Spangled Banner on heavy rotation, and demand for a commercial release soared. Arista Records, recognizing the profound impact, quickly released it as a charity single to benefit the American Red Cross Gulf Crisis Fund. It became a top 20 hit on the Billboard Hot 100, an unprecedented achievement for a national anthem recording, and went platinum, selling over 1 million copies. Whitney Houston's Super Bowl performance transcended sports, music, and even the war itself. It became a symbol of hope, unity, and the enduring power of the human spirit. It was a moment where a single voice, imbued with extraordinary talent and profound emotion, managed to unite a nation, however briefly, and leave an indelible mark on the collective consciousness. The world had witnessed a performance that was not just spectacular, but deeply, profoundly moving, setting the stage for a legacy that would continue to unfold in ways no one could have predicted. If you were as moved by this incredible moment as we are, make sure to subscribe to our channel for more stories that celebrate legendary artists and their unforgettable contributions. The echoes of a nation's heartbeat, the reverberations of Whitney Houston's Super Bowl 25 national anthem performance extended far beyond the final whistle of the game. It wasn't merely a fleeting moment of musical brilliance. It was a cultural touchstone, a powerful echo that resonated through the fabric of American society and cemented her status as an icon of unparalleled magnitude. The immediate aftermath saw a nation, still grappling with the complexities of war, find a shared emotional outlet, a collective sigh of relief and pride channeled through her extraordinary voice. The charity single release was an instant success, a testament to the public's hunger to relive that moment. It wasn't just about owning a piece of music. It was about owning a piece of history, a tangible reminder of a time when a single voice brought millions together. The proceeds going to the American Red Cross Gulf Crisis Fund further endeared her to the public, transforming her performance from a mere spectacle into an act of patriotic generosity. This unprecedented commercial success for an anthem recording underscored the unique connection Whitney had forged with her audience. It proved that her rendition was not just admired, but deeply cherished and needed. Culturally, the performance became a benchmark. Before 1991, the national anthem at sporting events was often treated as a formality, a prelude to the main event. After Whitney, it became a performance in its own right, an opportunity for artists to make a statement, to connect with the audience on a deeper level. While many have attempted to emulate her power and emotion, none have quite captured the magic of that specific moment, largely because it was inextricably linked to the unique historical context and Whitney's singular talent. Her performance elevated the anthem from a mere song to a profound artistic expression, a standard against which all subsequent renditions would be measured. For Whitney herself, the Super Bowl anthem solidified her position as not just a pop star, but a national treasure. She was no longer just the singer of "I Want to Dance with Somebody" or "Greatest Love of All." She was the voice that united America in a time of crisis. This newfound gravitas opened doors to even larger opportunities, including her iconic film debut in The Bodyguard in 1992. The film, and its accompanying soundtrack, became a global phenomenon, selling over 45 million copies worldwide and featuring her most famous song, "I Will Always Love You." While The Bodyguard showcased her acting chops and expanded her musical repertoire, the emotional depth she brought to her roles and songs was undoubtedly amplified by the public's memory of her Super Bowl performance. That anthem had proven her capacity for profound emotional delivery, a quality that resonated deeply in her subsequent work. The pressure that came with such immense fame and responsibility was, however, a double-edged sword. Being the voice meant carrying the weight of immense expectations. Every note, every public appearance, every personal choice was scrutinized under an increasingly harsh spotlight. The Super Bowl performance had set an impossibly high bar, not just for her vocal delivery, but for her public persona. She was expected to be flawless, perpetually inspiring, and eternally graceful. This constant pressure, coupled with the relentless demands of a global career, began to take its toll. Yet, through it all, the memory of that Super Bowl moment remained a powerful touchstone. It was a reminder of her undeniable, unassailable talent, a moment of pure, unadulterated artistry that transcended any personal struggles or public controversies that would later emerge. It was a testament to her ability to command attention, evoke emotion, and deliver a performance that was both technically perfect and deeply soulful. The echoes of her voice from that day continued to resonate, a powerful testament to her enduring legacy and her unique ability to connect with the heart of a nation. It was a performance that didn't just happen. It became, transforming into a living, breathing part of American history, a moment that continues to inspire awe and pride decades later. The world was left speechless then, and the power of that moment continues to silence critics and elevate spirits even today. What are your thoughts or memories of Whitney Houston's Super Bowl national anthem? Share them in the comments below. We'd love to hear your perspective. Chapter 3. The enduring light amidst the shadows. As the 1990s progressed, Whitney Houston continued to dominate the music world, her voice a constant presence on airwaves and in homes globally. Yet, beneath the glittering surface of superstardom, the pressures that had begun to mount after her Super Bowl triumph intensified. The public's adoration, while immense, was also demanding. The woman who had delivered such a powerful, unifying performance was expected to maintain an almost superhuman level of perfection, both professionally and personally. This expectation, coupled with the relentless scrutiny of the media and the inherent challenges of navigating a high-profile life, began to cast long shadows over her radiant career. Her personal life, once largely private, became increasingly public fodder. Her marriage to Bobby Brown, the birth of her daughter Bobby Christina, and the subsequent rumors and reports of marital strife and substance abuse began to overshadow her musical achievements. The contrast between the pristine image of the Super Bowl anthem singer and the tabloid headlines grew starker, creating a narrative that was both tragic and compelling. Fans, who had once seen her as an untouchable goddess of song, watched with a mixture of concern and heartbreak as her struggles became more apparent. Despite these growing personal challenges, Whitney's artistic spirit continued to shine, albeit sometimes intermittently. She released critically acclaimed albums like My Love Is Your Love and continued to tour, demonstrating flashes of the vocal brilliance that had defined her early career. However, the strain was often audible. Her voice, once effortlessly soaring, sometimes showed signs of wear, a consequence of years of demanding performances, personal turmoil, and the toll of her lifestyle. For many, hearing her sing in later years was a bittersweet experience, a reminder of the unparalleled power she once commanded, tinged with sadness for what had been lost or diminished. Yet, even as her vocal instrument faced challenges, the memory of that Super Bowl performance remained a steadfast beacon. It was the irrefutable evidence of her genius, a moment frozen in time where her talent was undeniably, breathtakingly pure. When critics questioned her choices or her capabilities, that anthem stood as an unassailable testament to her vocal prowess. It was the benchmark, the gold standard, the moment that proved she was, indeed, the voice. It reminded everyone, including perhaps herself, of the extraordinary gift she possessed. The emotional resonance of the Super Bowl anthem also took on new layers of meaning as her life unfolded. The raw vulnerability and profound emotion she poured into the Star-Spangled Banner seemed, in retrospect, to foreshadow the depth of feeling that characterized her entire existence. It was a performance born of a specific national moment, but it was also a deeply personal expression, a window into the soul of an artist who felt everything intensely. The patriotism was genuine, but so too was the underlying human experience of striving, hoping, and enduring. Her resilience, even in the face of immense personal battles, was another facet that connected back to that iconic performance. Just as she had taken a challenging song and elevated it to new heights, she often attempted to rise above her own difficulties, to reclaim her voice and her narrative. The Super Bowl anthem served as a constant reminder of her inherent strength, her ability to captivate and inspire, even when her personal world was in disarray. It was a testament to the enduring power of her artistry, a light that no shadow could completely extinguish. In a career marked by incredible highs and heartbreaking lows, the Super Bowl anthem remained a moment of unblemished triumph. It was a performance that transcended the fleeting nature of fame, cementing her place not just in music history, but in the collective memory of a nation. It was a moment of pure magic, a reminder of the extraordinary talent that Whitney Houston possessed, a talent that, even amidst the later struggles, continued to leave the world speechless. Her ability to connect, to move, and to inspire through her voice was never more evident than on that fateful day in Tampa, a legacy that continues to resonate with profound emotional weight. If you found this chapter insightful or enjoyed revisiting Whitney's incredible journey, please give it a like. Your support helps us continue sharing these powerful stories. The immortal echo and a speechless world. The tragic passing of Whitney Houston on February 11, 2012, sent shockwaves across the globe. The world mourned the loss of the voice, a talent so immense it seemed impossible to comprehend her absence. In the wake of her death, there was a profound reevaluation of her life, her career, and her unparalleled impact on music and culture. And at the heart of this reflection, shining brighter than ever, was her Super Bowl 25 national anthem performance. In death, the performance took on an even deeper, more poignant significance. It became the definitive testament to her vocal genius, a pristine, unassailable example of her artistry before the struggles of her later years took their toll. It was a reminder of the pure, unadulterated power and beauty of her voice, a moment where she was at the absolute peak of her powers, delivering a performance that was both technically flawless and emotionally devastating. For many, it became the enduring image of Whitney Houston, strong, majestic, and utterly captivating. The Super Bowl anthem is now more than just a performance. It is a cultural artifact, a piece of American history that continues to resonate with new generations. It is studied by vocalists, admired by musicologists, and cherished by fans. Its influence can be seen in countless subsequent anthem performances, as artists strive to capture a fraction of the magic Whitney created. Yet, none have quite matched its impact, largely because it was a perfect storm of an extraordinary voice, a pivotal historical moment, and an arrangement that allowed her to truly soar. Its enduring power lies in its timelessness. The emotions it evokes, patriotism, unity, hope, and awe, are universal and transcend the specific context of the Gulf War. When one listens to it today, the raw emotion and vocal brilliance are as fresh and impactful as they were in 1991. It continues to move people to tears, to inspire goosebumps, and to remind us of the profound connection that music can forge between individuals and a nation. It is a performance that truly leaves the world speechless, not just in its initial impact, but in its sustained ability to evoke such powerful feelings decades later. Whitney Houston's Super Bowl anthem cemented her legacy as one of the greatest vocalists of all time. It showcased her ability to take a familiar song and transform it into something entirely new, something deeply personal, yet universally resonant. It demonstrated her mastery of her craft, her incredible range, control, and the sheer power of her instrument. It was a performance that transcended genre, appealing to pop fans, R&B enthusiasts, and even those who rarely listen to music, simply because it was an undeniable display of human excellence. The speechless aspect of the title is not hyperbole. It refers to the collective awe and wonder that her performance inspired and continues to inspire. It's the feeling of being so overwhelmed by beauty and power that words fail. It's the recognition of a moment so perfect, so profound, that it defies easy description. Whitney Houston, on that day in 1991, delivered such a moment. She didn't just sing the national anthem. She redefined it, infused it with a soul and a spirit that continues to echo through time. Her legacy is not just in the records she sold or the awards she won, but in the indelible mark she left on the hearts and minds of millions. The Super Bowl anthem stands as a monument to that legacy, a testament to a voice that could heal, inspire, and unite. It is a reminder of the extraordinary talent that was Whitney Houston, a talent that, even in her absence, continues to speak volumes and leave the world in reverent, appreciative silence. The memory of that performance ensures that her voice, and the profound impact she had, will truly live forever. We hope you've enjoyed this journey through Whitney Houston's iconic Super Bowl performance and its lasting legacy. If you want to continue exploring the stories behind legendary moments and artists, please subscribe to our channel, comment with your thoughts, and like this video to show your support for our community.